Today on our 2018 Kia Sportage, we're going to be taking a look at and showing you how to install the CURT Class II Custom Fit Trailer Hitch Receiver, part number C12158. So here's what our hitch looks like once we have it installed. It's going to tuck up nicely behind the bumper, and really all we're going to see is that receiver tube sticking out below. Now it is a Class II hitch, so it's going to be great for bike racks and cargo carriers, or even small trailers, and it's going to give us that 1¼ by 1¼ receiver tube. And as you can see, it has a nice reinforced collar, not only giving it added strength, but just an overall finished look to it. Now the way we're going to mount all of our accessories is going to be through this hitch pinhole here, and it's going to accept a standard 1/2-inch pin and clip, or a locking device if you choose to use one, but it does come with that pin and clip, which is always an added bonus. Now as far as the safety chain connection points go, it's going to be a plate style welded to the bottom of the receiver tube. And as you can see, we're not going to have too much trouble getting most size hooks on or off, and it's going to be nice because that hitch pinhole is just slightly offset, so we're not going to have to worry about it interfering. Our hitch is going to feature a 350-pound tongue weight along with a 3,500-pound gross trailer weight rating. With that in mind, I do want to mention you should always double check your Sportage's owner's manual to make sure it can handle that amount of weight. And per the manufacturer, CURT does recommend the use of a stabilization strap for any non-trailer loads or any loads that aren't supported by tires. Now if you need one of those straps, you can pick one up on our website using part number 18050. I'd like to give you a few measurements that will help you when deciding for accessories for your new hitch, such as a bike rack or a cargo carrier. From the center of the hitch pinhole to the outermost edge of the bumper, it's going to be right about 5 inches. And from the ground to the inside top edge of the receiver tube opening, that's going to be right about 13¼ inches. Now that we've seen what our hitch looks like and gone over some of the features, let's show you how to get it installed. To begin our installation, we're going to need to come to the back of our vehicle, and right by the exhaust, we're going to have this plastic panel on the outside. Now there's going to be one on each side, and we're going to need to remove it. Now in order to remove it, we're going to have 2 push pin fasteners along the edge here. We'll take a flathead screwdriver. If we come right to the center section, there's a little indentation. We're going to come and pop that center section out, and then come behind the outer section, and we can pull the rest of the clip out. Now if we move forward right behind the rear wheel, we're going to have another push pin fastener we're going to need to remove. So we're going to want to pull the wheel liner back just a bit so we can get a hold of that plastic cover. And if you look up, we're going to have these white plastic clips that are holding it in place on those studs. Now those are just kind of press fit in there, so you're going to want to give it a good tug to pull the panel down. And those clips may come out of the cover, but that's all right. And since it did come out of the cover, you're just going to want to unthread it off the stud, and then we can just press it back into the cover. And if you're having a little bit of trouble getting it back in, just go ahead and grab you a set of pliers and press it until it pops back into place. We're going to need to lower our exhaust, so I'm going to take a strap to help support it. You're just going to want to find a solid point to hook it to. That way when we do lower it, it's not going to come down too far and cause any damage. If we come to our muffler, we're going to find the rubber isolator and hangers. I'm just going to take a little bit of spray lubricant, spray them down, and it's going to make it a little bit easier to slide those off. Now we're going to have one on each side right behind the tailpipe. And we'll do that for the other one as well. You want to loosen your strap up a bit just so that you have a little bit more room. Now as you can see, over here on the passenger side, we really don't have a whole lot of room. The driver's side, we got plenty of room to get the hitch in place, but on the passenger side, it's not a whole lot. And to prevent from scratching our Sportage, we're going to move further up towards the front of the car and find the next hanger and remove that one as well. So it's going to be in front of the muffler, just right by the axle. So again, we can just spray those down and come back with our pry bar and slide them off. Now we have plenty of room to work with and get our hitch in without having to worry about scratching this panel under here. Now if we come to our frame here, we're going to notice that we have 2 threaded holes on the bottom and then 2 threaded holes on the side. And that's where we're going to attach our hitch. So I'm going to take a nylon wire brush and a little bit of spray lubricant, and I'm going to spray the threads and take that brush and clean them out. That way make it a little bit easier, and hopefully there won't be any debris or any rust that's going to prevent the bolts from threading in. Now we're going to do this for all the attachment points. We're going to have another 4 on the other side as well. So now with all 4 of our attachment points on each side, I'm going to go over the hardware with you. We're going to have an M10 bolt and a conical tooth washer. Now when we attach this, you want to make sure that those teeth are facing away from the bolt head going towards the hitch, and we'll be threading them into all 4 of the locations on each side. Now with an extra set of hands, we're going to slide our hitch into place. We're going to line up the holes with the threaded holes in the frame. We're going to take our M10 bolts, and we're going to want to get at least 1 on each side so that the hitch will support itself, and then we can get the rest of our hardware in place. Now that the hitch is supported, we're just going to come back and loosely put in the rest of our hardware. And that same combination of the M10 bolt and the conical tooth washer facing the hitch. I'm going to come back with a 17mm socket, and I'm going to snug up all of my hardware. I'm going to repeat that on the other side as well. Now with that same 17mm socket, I'm going to come back with my torque wrench. I'm going to torque all my hardware down to the specified amount in the instructions. We'll repeat that for all of our remaining hardware. With our hitch torqued down, we can go ahead and put our exhaust back up. So you're going to want to lift up, and then we can just slide that rubber isolator back on the hanger. And we'll do that for the other remaining ones as well. Then we're going to remove the strap and put those 2 panels back up. And to get this panel up, you're just going to want to line everything back up. Kind of get it loosely into position. You might have to pull the wheel well liner back a little bit. Kind of work it into place. And you're just going to want to push up, and those clips will re-engage. And we'll reinstall those push pin fasteners. Now with these, you're going to want to leave that center section kind of pushed out, push in the outer, and then lock it down by pushing that center section in. And we'll repeat that for the other panel. That'll finish up your look at the CURT Class II Custom Fit Trailer Hitch Receiver, part number C12158, on our 2018 Kia Sportage.
Thanks for watching, and click the link in our description below to shop, learn more, or visit us at etrailer.com. And leave us a comment if you have any questions.